Hello and welcome back to the Underwater Rugby channel broadcast of the Euroleague, live from Krefeld, Germany. This is the review in preparation for the next match between Malmo Triton from Sweden and Flipper from Denmark. Triton was founded in 1963 and they have played in 58 Euroleague games. They have won 25, drawn 5, and lost 28. They have scored 166 goals and allowed 175 against them. That gives them a goal difference of -9. Flipper was founded in 1973. They played in 58 Euroleague matches. They have 25 wins, 8 draws, and 25 losses. They have scored a total of 142 goals, allowing 185 against them. That gives them a goal differential of -43. The two teams have played quite a bit, and they have, Triton has 4 wins and 5 losses, and they have 1 draw. And their last match was in February of 2019, and it went in favor of Flipper 0-3. So, here are the highlights from that match. Hello, everyone. It's time. It's time for that all-important match between the two teams that are separated by a narrow stretch of water, Malmo Triton and Flipper. Allow me to introduce to you now, playing for Triton, in blue, wearing number 1, Carl Falk. Number 4, Andreas Bergenholtz. Number 10, Henrik Valdong. Number 11, Simon Jobs. Number 13, Stefan Poldergach. And the captain, wearing number 14, Jürgen Persson. Number 23, Linus Norén. Number 27, Emmanuel Johansson. Number 29, Patrick Sonnet Nielsen. Number 31, Erik Storstadius. Number 58, Sebastian Brandström. And number 83, Gustav Kavalin. In white, for the Danish club of number 4, Thor Lykkebunk. Number 9, Søren Nielsen. Number 10, Kim Isberg. Number 13, Philip Munt. And the captain, wearing number 14, Mikkel Rasmussen. Number 17, Philip Lorentzen. Number 23, Rickard Ladergrove. Number 25, Sigurd Greve Didriksen. Number 29, Christian Schaefer. Number 71, Claude Larsen. Number 77, Ole Loring. Number 81, Christopher Cuba Suarez. Number 6, Søren Bakke. And number 39, Jørn Christopherson. The referees this match are on deck, Bob Robinson. And in the water, Manuel Tito de Moras and Birgit Lütke. Back on the air here, and there's some interesting background to this game. Christopher Suarez, Cuba. He is actually from Malmo.
Okay.
But he wants to train more, so he drives across the bridge 2 times a week to play with Flipper. He left his own club.
Oh no.
He doesn't play with him anymore, except to coach the juniors.
Okay.
So he still cares about the future.
Right.
But he wants Sweden to get serious, and he wants Malmo Triton to get serious about hard training. And he thinks that Flipper is a better club for him to do this in.
Okay.
So he has been publicly critical on social media.
Okay.
Yeah, very un-Swedish.
Really, very un-Swedish.
Very
And And actually, I read that they are going to put like a border security checks back to that Danish-Swedish border, isn't it
to
so?
stop people from playing underwater rugby on the wrong side.
Maybe.
So that's
that is really serious.
That's a good story to think about. That Christopher Suarez is playing his own former team, and we have the prodigal son, Christian Schaefer, who went from Flipper over to Norway, where he lives now, and he played with Akkeren for some time, and then he played with Molde. He even played with more than one club in the same season, but in different types of competition.
Okay.
So, but now he's come back to play with Flipper, which is his real home
club.
Home club,
right,
yeah.
Excellent. Just these, you already mentioned the last game between the two teams was 16th of February in Euroleague, and Flipper took it 3-0 win over Malmo. Ball possession was 50-50 in that match.
Well, ball possession, it's not a score.
No,
it's simply
of course not.
It's something to think about.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
He's reading medieval
intellectual stuff.
Yes, medieval. I know he's interested in history. We've talked about it.
So the other interesting, I don't know, player histories here. Philip Munt, he's actually a Polisen player, or maybe from other places in Sweden.
Okay.
But he lives now in Copenhagen.
Right.
Or somewhere in Denmark. So he plays with Flipper. And who else? This team is also, I mean, Malmo Triton, they have picked up players from other cities as well.
Right.
So
we saw earlier today, this is the first game for Flipper in this season, but
yep.
earlier today Malmo played against Helsinki, the Urheilusukeltajat team, and they won it 5-0. So it was a clear win for Malmo, and we saw some excellent individual talents in that game. It was dominated by Malmo. So I think this is extremely interesting. Do you hold any of the two teams as a favorite for this match?
I would say that I would pick Flipper to win if I have to bet some money.
Okay.
But as you said,
1 minute.
Triton is playing like a team.
Right.
And they have Bergenholtz who can change things. He's
some of the star players,
yes.
so to say, they can make a change. Okay, here we go.
Blue team ready, white team ready.
Teams are ready. This is we are gonna see the 6th match of the day. It's Malmo Triton in blue, Flipper in white. Flipper from Copenhagen, Denmark.
Yes. So that was an interesting start there, that Flipper got to the ball. They had the first two players to touch the ball were from Flipper, but then Triton picked it up and got in. So
Suarez, what's his number now again? Kuba. You call him Kuba.
yeah,
Is he from Kuba or his nickname?
his father was from Cuba,
So
and his father went to Finland.
Oh, okay.
But he was expelled from Finland for he was a political agitator.
Oh, okay.
So they moved to Sweden,
Oh, really?
and that's why
Okay.
it's not a secret.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that is a good fortune or bad fortune.
You lost.
Yeah. We lost a good underwater
player,
rugby
yeah.
player. Yeah.
Cuba is the guy who proposed sponsoring the Swedish national team if they met certain training requirements.
Aha.
He would put his own money up,
Okay.
real money,
Okay.
but they couldn't decide what to do.
Aha.
So he's offering still money to a women's club if they will meet training requirements.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the water referee is to call white free throw for attacking the mask.
Attack on the mask. It's a free throw for Filippa, and the couple of first minute Malmo was controlling the ball. I think these two teams, they know each other pretty well.
They know each other, absolutely.
Is it so that they every now and then they go to from one city to another and compete each other?
Mostly it's Triton going over to play in Denmark.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know why that is, but it's not because that's out of bounds clearly, but they don't call it. It's not because there's a patrol on the bridge that stops people going. They can go, but
is it like an hour or even less?
Something like that.
Yeah.
They have a very nice pool in Copenhagen.
Right.
But
I've never been.
Now it's closed for repair.
Oh, okay.
Mold.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So not so nice.
Right. But still, Flipper can train in another swimming.
I don't know what they're
okay.
doing right now, but Tor. Wow.
That was he took his chances for sure. Now there is a not goalkeeper. There was goal taken, and it's a goal for Flipper.
Yeah.
Number 23 goal, assist.
I couldn't quite see whether this Flipper player was holding the basket while he was in that position. So
White goal, 39
look at this. Look at this.
29 assist.
No, definitely not.
So that was Rickard Grove who scored, and
Riccardo Grove.
And they gave the assist to Christian Schaefer. So Christian Schaefer returns to his original club and gets an assist in the first couple of minutes. Yeah. So I said that I thought that Flipper would be the favorite in this game, and but let's see if Triton has an answer to this. Claude Larson is an old guy who was retired from the national team. Of course, we should remember that Flipper is banned from Champion Cup this year.
Yes.
For
behavior
issues. Free ball, White.
And this is one thing that's very interesting for you as a coach, that you can show your players that there are different competitions. If you work, you might go to Champions Cup if you're with the winning team in your country, the club. If you get onto the national team, you can play in the CMS competition.
Right.
Or if your club is well organized and people have desire, you can make it to the Euroleague. So now there are different possibilities for the young kids to have heroes and inspiration and things like that. So are your kids back in Finland, are they watching any of this?
Yeah, I think some of them are watching.
Yeah.
I just send a message with our WhatsApp group that please watch this. And
Yanni is speaking English
and
Spanish. Yeah. All right.
Actually, we had with our youth, we had a challenge last training we had on Wednesday, and I promised to buy ice cream if they managed to one practice well, and a few kids did it. So the challenge.
You bought ice cream for them?
And I had to buy some ice cream.
Oh, okay.
My greetings to those boys if they are listening. Well done.
Okay, here's the thing about this game.
Yeah.
Flipper, if they don't like to let any goals in. Flipper is not a team that surrenders a lot of goals typically. If Flipper is holding possession and moving the ball around, that's not good for Triton, because that would mean that they are operating on offense with a lot of comfort. They don't feel stressed out. Schaefer there.
Well done by the Malmo guy, taking the ball away. Immediately attacked by two of the Flipper side, but he's able to clear the ass. Oh no, that was a too risky one. And again, someone should have dove deeper in the pool. It's difficult to make these nearly horizontal passes because then there is a great risk that somebody just snaps the ball away.
We need to ask the players what they think of this ball that's being used right now. Is it easy to pass a long distance?
Well, actually, I would say I should go and try the ball. It seems not to be really large.
No, I don't.
It's like a small one.
Philip Munt. Oh, yeah.
Berinholtz with his arms. Was it number 4? Yes.
Poltergach.
And now it's going to
Johansson.
be one on one. Not quite so.
And
This is a
Johansson's a
really
big guy. He's messing with them. Yeah, good play. And now they get the pass down to the other side. Very good. I said that's the quintessential, the Swedish style, that you come in on the bottom, you go in and you manage to make a couple of good passes around the goal.
I had a small chat with Christian Schaffer before the game, and he said that although this quality of the water seems to be quite okay and it's well visible on the screens here in the video, but it wasn't, according to him, as a player, it's not really nice because it's sort of dark. For us, it looks okay.
It looks
there is
good
good
us,
lighting
yeah.
here in the swimming hall also. Again, the Malmo player is able to come in. Now there should be more people diving together.
They take the corner. The Poltergach.
This is such a long, and this is actually not too wide, so it's a fairly narrow pool, maybe 10 meter, maximum 10 meter wide, but then the length must be closer to 20 meters of length. So there is really a strange dimensions in the pool.
I like the Triton's establishing a passing game, that they're controlling the ball and they're able to hold on to it. Let's see what happens when they come in to make their move on the goal here. And they're doing it now.
Player now.
He took a couple of smashes to the head. Falk,
yes, number 1. Some good pressure. This is like the 4th wave coming in. Still able to
he held on to that,
control.
yeah. That's impressive that you can rip the ball away.
I don't know what is he. What the guy was with the cell phone. Look at that. He's trying to screwing in, coming in.
Berinholtz. Yeah.
Still holding the ball, not able to pass. Wisely, he doesn't try any too easy pass, so he just retains the control to the ball and let his teammates try. Jobs is in that 11. Yes. Another wave coming in. So now they have a really good pressure on Triton. But perhaps not any massively dangerous moment yet for them. Falk, number 1.
But
he's a tall guy.
Would you say that Triton is doing well? They're not panicky.
Well, they take it easy.
Yeah.
I think somehow they just should, be more physical, closer to the goal. Now that was a try though, maybe not the best try, but still. Now it's important that the flipper good.
Out of bounds.
That's out of bounds,
yeah.
And I think that is for Malmo. Free throw for Malmo.
I think it should be.
Yeah.
Outside the area. Blue free throw.
So they exchange players.
Outside the area. Blue free
1,
throw.
2, 3.
Four guys from.
4.
Yeah. That's what you expect when you get well. Let's see if they can continue with the pressure. If you can walk like that, then in the end you're gonna score, because any team can hold it for a few minutes. And now that was quite a pressure now on the. It comes down to physical condition also, that if you can. Which of the team is in better condition, and of course the individual skills. That's one thing for sure.
Yeah, really working in there. Who was that?
Maybe a little desperate, I would say, trying to go in like that. There was defender in his position.
And well, Tor great.
So it was
attacking
contact
the head.
to the head.
White free ball.
So it's free throw for Flipper, and they finally
White
get
free
it
ball attacking the head.
away from their own end. That was a good, I don't know, 4 minutes for Malmo Triton to maintain the ball closer to the Flipper end, but now they finally got it away. Let's see.
Oh, there's a neck grip there, but they don't call it. Triton.
The goalkeeper swimming away exactly as he should.
Grandström chased down, hands it over.
Excellent pass.
He was very tightly covered though.
Yeah.
It's funny, we tell juniors don't hold the ball with two hands, but sometimes you see even the top players hold with two hands.
Yeah, of course. And my main worry with the junior is that they should dive more. So in principle, I don't care how many hands they're using with the ball, but they definitely should dive more.
No.
So, you know, we invented a new game for our juniors. It's called the bottom ball. So you cannot leave the bottom unless you hold with you know, hand or leg or your any body part that is on the bottom. So if you want to jump pop, now we should concentrate on this game.
Yep.
That was and that's a goal. That's the second one for Lippe. And again, it seems that this game, a decisive thing here is the ability to score. So it seems that they can play well, but while trying to score, there's a difference in between the teams.
Goal, 13 assist.
They gave an assist to 13. That's
Philip Mund.
Philip Munt. And
Who scored?
that was, I think it was Funk. It was Tor Lykke Funk.
Okay.
He also was, before he got married, he was Jeppesen.
Mm-hmm.
His father is an international referee.
Oh, okay.
Tommy Jeppesen.
Okay.
That's a replay. Yeah.
Replay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So coming back to this junior game, so basically I was so worried that they just spent too much time on the surface. So we have this bottom ball, so you cannot really bring the ball away from the bottom area at all, and it worked pretty neatly. So I was just immediately I noticed that there was more time that they spent underwater and diving. It's good diving practice also.
So
otherwise the rules are more or less
they're playing, but the rule is that you cannot
come up onto the surface with the ball. You have to just, you know, release the ball if you want to come up or pass to your teammate. And we call it as a bottom ball. You know, in Finnish language, uppopallo.
Yeah.
It means sinking ball.
Uppopallo.
So now we have the bottom ball. That's a different game than Rasmussen has given all he had. Now they're
coming out.
There
now.
was a good moment for Triton.
Linus Norén holds the leg.
Look at the movement he's making. Still able to get it and passing to his teammate. Well done. And onto the other side and at a fast pace. Now the Triton guy is able to have it. And the 25, excellent forechecking by number 25. That was and a goal. And a goal. This was Sigurd Greve Didriksen.
Yeah.
Assist.
Didriksen. It was.
There was no assist there.
He arranged it himself.
Yeah.
Amazing.
White goal 25.
So it's 3-0.
We have video challenge.
Video challenge. And what may be the video challenge for? Not at least from that. Was he holding just a moment ago when he took the ball away?
That would be the only thing that I could imagine.
To the goal.
I think somebody is claiming now that when he did this forechecking that I was so happy about, that he did well, that somebody was pulling a leg or something like that, the other players. Like, I don't know. Now there is a discussion ongoing with the referees. And this is the right thing, because in my opinion these challenges should always be when a goal happens or there is a penalty or something like that.
Not just random play.
Not just, you know, random warning or whatever, you know. It should be actually a rule that you only can challenge when there is a, you know, a goal was nearly made or nearly missed or made goal, so you could challenge, because that's really what matters.
Video challenge from the blue team.
So here it starts. Here's the 25, Didriksen, like this. There I see still quite nothing. Maybe someone else was pulling, I don't know. It could have been the other player. I couldn't see anything in that video.
Well, for Didriksen, it's a nice glory moment reviewed over and over.
Maybe there was another player then
could
pulled
stop,
away.
who could have got caught up.
Yes, maybe there
Yeah.
was something in that happening. That I don't know.
This is official Euroleague Saran wrap on the team.
Yes.
Oh, it's something significantly earlier.
But how early you can go? So here, let's look at the other player now. This who is behind. He's grabbing the legs by the legs. Is he pulling? Is he pulling the other player?
Okay, I can see this. They
towards
could
the
claim
surface?
that that player could not rejoin the action.
Yeah, but I couldn't really see in that video that something was some wrongdoing was done. I couldn't quite see it. I know that both of the players starts to go upwards.
They were too high. Maybe he was
Maybe someone was grabbing him
quite high up
to go along, but now the referees are taking a long time to seeing this, which is quite okay.
Well, I think it's confusing for the viewers, but we don't really know what they're discussing.
Nothing yet.
Okay,
now
here.
He grabs the leg.
Okay.
But when does he release? Well, again they cut the
Yeah.
referees there. They should have shown us once again this.
Okay, here we go.
Nothing here.
All right. Now he grabs the legs
Yes.
and he loses the ball, and they're still holding his legs. Okay, so
Well.
he can claim that he was not able to swim back
Yes.
and to fend,
Yes.
and I think that's legitimate. But it feels like it was a good goal. But
Yeah. They are still consulting the referee in the water. That video does not directly show him doing anything wrong. It shows that the player starts to move towards the surface. I don't see him holding anymore.
The video challenge, we decide it's a goal.
Okay, okay, it's a right, in my opinion, right decision.
Yeah.
Okay, 3-0. So Flipper has really taken an advantage already in the first half, and I'd say it's a pity because Triton has played quite well.
yeah. As to that ruling, I could see that it was hard to say that just holding the guy and preventing him from getting back into the action.
Yeah, and you
stopped
cannot really take it to the fraction of a second, you know.
Yeah.
The holding has to be holding in the sense that you really do it intentionally and for a
Well-
longer time. You know, if it's like 0.2 of a second, of
Yeah.
course we see all these replays with slow motion.
Mm.
But when real thing happens, if you're holding a quarter of a second longer, in my opinion, it's still not a proper holding, because how can you really judge as a player whether he has the ball at what exact second?
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be read like what we say in Finland, like devil reading the Bible. so not in that sense that you just
the
have
devil
to
reading the Bible.
Yeah. It cannot there has to be some flexibility to this rule. Although it's a rule, you cannot hold the player who hasn't got the ball. But if you release a player who has just lost the ball, I think it's understandable that you hold it for a quarter of a second, maybe even half a second longer.
Yeah.
Because that's human nature. You're not a machine.
Yeah.
Now there's a good punch by the Triton players, then flip it for checking, and now there is something happening. A penalty, shoulder in the basket. Okay, Triton gets a penalty, and now this comes at a good time for Malmo Triton. Little more than a minute left in the game. Interesting one, and now of course who is gonna take it and who is gonna receive it?
Manuel, shoulder in the basket.
Shoulder in the basket.
And as we wait for this, just to review what's left today. After this game, we have Krefeld versus Molde, and then the last game in the evening will be EG and Malsch.
So, blue team, please.
Rasmussen, they still taking a timeout.
Time out.
White team. So oh, that was a good break now, a couple of minutes break, just getting the players be prepared, and then the white team, the flipper team, takes a timeout. Number 4 from team Malmo, that's Andreas Bergenholtz. He's gonna give this penalty shoot.
And Rasmussen's going to defend.
And Rasmussen, so two of the both nations maybe top players.
Yeah. I think Bergenholtz will score.
We saw earlier today in the match between Krefeld and Ducerne, we saw a penalty shootout where Krefeld managed to do all the 3, whereas Ducerne had 2 tries and they failed once.
1, 2. So team blue, team white.
And I think all the penalties that were given during the normal game time, they scored. Yeah. So let's see.
As it should, statistically. But it's not as high a percentage as you would guess, because the goalies get so good at the top of the game. Yeah.
Yes. But it's a little strange that every time they scored. And it takes like a 5 seconds just to get here to this end. You see, it's already 10 seconds gone and before a real...
He's going up to get air.
Yeah, that
now,
was
will Rasmussen's chest start to
Nothing
contract?
Phenomenal yet. Again,
he's got his legs up.
Legs up.
Very good for Rasmussen so far.
Very good,
but now
dropping down like this.
Those long arms are there.
Oh, that was a close one, and now, yes. Well done by Andreas Bergenholtz. So it's an equalizer. It's 3-1 now.
Yeah. But this is not a surprise that Bergenholtz will score.
No.
He doesn't have to take any chances, right?
Mm-hmm.
His arms are so long.
Yeah. But Rasmus Mikkelsen did well.
He had his legs up.
Yeah.
He got
first he could defend well in the beginning from a bow, and then he was able to take the position below the goal. But then Bergenholtz had some, tweaks. He moved in a fancy way that maybe confused the goalkeeper a little.
He's happy. Yeah.
80% efficiency in the penalties in this, so it's a really high percentage.
No, they're coming in over the basket.
That's the first half, isn't it?
Yeah.
Half time.
Half time.
Half
So,
time.
ladies and gentlemen, you are seeing a Euroleague match. It's Malmo Triton in blue, Flipper in white. It's half-time 3-1 for Flipper.
So we have really a rather mundane explanation that Flipper is better at scoring goals, although both teams are very similar in their ability to play the game.
Yes, yes.
It's the final touch.
Score making, goal making, efficiency,
Yep.
ability to score. Whether that is then the Flipper defense that is not so sharp, maybe the tactics to receive these attacks is weaker. The tactics, you know, I don't know. What I've seen from Flipper end is that if Malmo Triton takes the ball anywhere close to Flipper goal, there are immediately many Flipper players.
Yes.
So they put all the meat close to goal.
They're very stingy on defense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we're going to bring you the highlights now.
Please stay tuned. So, welcome back to Krefeld, Germany. Local time here is
1 minute. 1 minute.
close to 7 p.m. Central European time, of course, here in Germany. It's the half-time ongoing now in a sixth match of the day. It's Malmo Triton against Flipper. Malmo from Sweden plays in blue. Flipper, a Danish team from Copenhagen, in white color. Flipper is in lead, 3-1. Malmo, I think it has been quite, both teams have generally played the game in the same level. What has made the difference so far, in my opinion, is the intensity ability to score goals, and that's of course really important. But I would say that the Malmo Triton has spent at least as much time at around flipper goal as flipper has been in the Triton end. So in that sense, I think really what Malmo has to do to turn this game is to somehow improve their attacks, or then of course the other thing is that maybe the flipper defense is so much more solid. Difficult to say. At least what I've seen so far is that flipper is forechecking very close to their own end.
Schaefer.
Look at that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think last season one of these team had, or was it with Police and this lady who is now pregnant, Ann-Sophie Krakow, what is his name?
Yes.
He used to play with what team last season?
She played with Malmo Triton.
Malmo Triton, okay.
Yeah.
So now there are no girls in any of the teams we've seen so far today.
So far. We can look on the sheets and see if any pop up. The Euroleague is quite flexible, so that sometimes you will be surprised that suddenly they will add a player on. I don't know what the maximum number is, 18 or 19 or...
Okay.
But you cannot bring 18 or 19 to...
Right, it's 15 each game,
yeah.
so that is the typical. Look at that. Was its shoulder was really, really close to the basket. And again, a huge contact to the goalkeeper there. Now there is
maybe a
something from
shot.
the referee, and it's a penalty.
Is it?
It's a penalty number 2 in the game.
Yeah.
And this is
it was after a long
shoulder in the basket.
Extended shoulder in the basket.
Yeah. Number 10 from Malmo Triton, Henrik Waldang, holding his head. He must have punched his head onto the wall or somewhere.
He has also been a junior national coach.
Okay.
Henrik Waldang, yeah.
Blue team.
I think he's been.
So it's now on the other side, number 83. So Gustav Gavalin is going to receive this one, and it's going to be given by number
Schaefer.
29, Schaefer. Something. Again, repeat. What had happened, I don't know.
Maybe he felt that there was not enough notice.
And he was not in the middle of the ball.
Thank you very much for coming back.
Yeah, okay. He was not in the middle, I think.
Okay. So Bob Robinson starting this one more time. Schaefer going from above, getting below.
It's 7 seconds before he made con. 7 seconds had gone. The pool is so long. Look at that.
Schaefer's a much bigger guy than Gavalin. Yeah.
Oh, that's it. So it seems that these guys can score very effectively in the penalties. We've seen so many, well, not so many, but few penalties today, and all have been scored.
Goal number 29.
Interesting that they gave it to Christian Schaefer. So
you think so?
Mickey Rasmussen, the captain.
Oh yeah.
He takes a lot of penalties. So
right.
Then he said, "Okay, Christian, you do this." Yeah. And it was not a misplaced trust. He delivered quite easily.
He delivered, yes.
Yeah. He gets congratulated by Kristoffersen. I met these guys in the first Euroleague matches after the World Championship, and
outside the area,
at the pizzeria near Bellahoy's pool. That's when I met Christian Schaefer and Mickey Rasmussen. So that's a long time ago. Can you hear me?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
And at that time, they were very inspired to raise the level of their club and to raise the level of Danish underwater rugby.
Okay.
So they have lived they told me about this dream, and they have lived it.
Right.
Although they couldn't win the gold medal in Graz. Not a silver, not a bronze, but they have lifted Denmark. There's no doubt. Oh, nice.
Great passes around the goal. And again, you look.
Oh,
there. Oh.
It went in.
What
score,
it
yeah,
score.
It went in. Yeah.
So this is the first Triton really is able to do now.
14, assist number 4.
Jürgen Peterson. Persson scored, assisted by Karl Falk.
Team warning White for taking the ball up from the goal.
Okay, the team warning now.
Yeah.
They took it out. So referee has given a warning, team warning to the White. They took the ball away from the goal very soon. Because I just couldn't see it on the video.
We saw it now. We saw it now. Yeah. So this means they're cheating, trying to
cheat.
Yeah. But you know, some of these clubs, they have this culture where if you can get away with something like that, it's a good joke.
So now we are in the Malmo's end for a change. Well done, he took 2 opponents with him on onto the surface, then passing the ball. Okay, that was a little maybe unlucky to lose it like that. No one below. Well, finally there is some.
Rasmussen. They don't need to score anymore.
Yeah, but there is still, you know,
there's some time left. Yeah,
time left. So I think Malmo Triton has now.
They want to score.
They want to score, and it comes down to the strength and the stamina now of these two teams. Whether there is difference, I don't know. Look at the forechecking strength that Malmo is now putting in. Out of the bounds. That's a free throw for Malmo.
That was the drift of that ball going down. Yeah.
Blue free ball.
So let's see if Malmo will be able to come back to this game. That would be a great thing, actually.
Exciting. Yeah.
Not impossibility. 2 goal difference can change in 1 minute in this game. So here we go. One of the flipper players was jumping out of the wall of the pool.
Immediately, you mean?
Immediately speeding in, trying to grab the ball, but I think they noticed him in time.
Ah, so it was a trick exchange. Yeah.
A well-known trick in the sport.
Yeah.
And as I said, this is a rather narrow pool.
So it's a good advantage, yeah.
Pass, excellent pass, and the way that he was waiting.
He's driving.
Wow.
Now I think this is not legitimate because the Triton player who's outside, he's grabbing somebody who doesn't have the ball. So they should break this up. The referees should call free throw or something, and they stop it. Okay.
No, they stop it for some reason.
Roughing.
Okay.
Blue free ball.
Very little benefit to the game from this kind of extended scrum fighting on the surface.
We are now in the flipper end, so Malmo needs, of course, goals. It's 9.5 minutes left in the game.
At the next break, you can change.
It seems like the ball travels all right, and then suddenly it's just slows down at the end.
Flipper wants to make a change.
Exchange, yeah.
They promised the next break that they can do it.
Oh, Berlin Holtz. got they got a lot of players tackling.
Look at that. All by himself.
Jobs.
Now the second wave coming in. Is there any more help? Where are all the Malmo players now? It seems that they're all alone.
They're working.
Where are the others now?
That was too late. They came in.
Too late they came in. That's right. Spending too much time on the surface. Suarez has lost his mask.
Oh yeah, nice.
Well, yeah.
Foul.
But now they should organize and go together.
Johansson.
Three Malmo players swimming all the way from the other side, and now there is a fault. What is about? What is it about? Is there too many players in the pool?
An exchange mistake, you mean?
Exchange. They want to separate the teams. Yeah, they're counting the players. How many were they?
Well, for people who are unacquainted with all of the finer rules of underwater rugby, the referees, they know how many players each team has at the beginning of the game. So they watch the replacement bench to see if that number is stable. It should be the same all the time.
But they had been, one guy had taken his cap off. So I think the referees were a little mixed that how many guys are on the bench and how many of them are in the pool. They are still, the referees are somewhat talking about it.
The players are all breathing deeply.
Trying to make themselves clear.
They call the captains over to...
Team captain blue.
Yeah. It should be a team ball to Malmo, in my opinion. They had the ball possession when they called it off.
And it was a mistake.
It was a mistake. Although I'm not sure, because I had heard the referee saying that in the next break they can change the player.
Team ball blue.
Team ball blue.
As you predicted.
That's right. Team ball blue. And actually it was, well, if not an advantage, but three of the Malmo players, I said, were swimming to change. And it takes, maybe 7-8 seconds to get here, just swimming. So at the moment they had the ball, and now they have their lungs filled. Well, so has the Danish team. So, well, maybe it's quite even.
And now the amount of time remaining in the game?
It is still, I think it's like more than 8 minutes. Would it be? It's a learning process for the referees also.
Well, it's a long day, and
yeah, for sure.
Sebastian Brandström.
The next match will be Krefeld taking Molde.
Yes.
Interesting also. Of course, Molde is a clear favorite for that game, but let's see.
Krefeld's got a good win already today.
Yeah, they've got one good one. Well, so does Molde. They won Ege University. And look at that, for-checking the Malmo team put up.
Brandström.
He's a tall guy.
He heads back up, passes down. So Sadius. Oh, he put a hit on, but it was a hit on the back. It didn't really.
Not able to pass the ball to his teammates. Well, what I would say I don't know if it was worth going in because there was no teammates to help him.
No.
So again, I claim that the Malmo's approaches to the goal could be better. They could be more synchronized. They should have more people together going in.
They need to go in with a can opener.
Yeah, exactly. He had the ball in a really difficult way. What is that? This is from the surface. Grabbing the mask.
Free throw, attacking the mask.
This is for Malmo.
Yes.
Still, we have, I think, 6.5 minutes left in the
There's
game.
enough time for them to win. Yeah, but
Certainly there is. But they need they need to go, because if it's up to the last 2 minutes, then it's you know,
easy to lock the ball up.
yeah, it's to
Foul.
spend those seconds.
He
Oh,
drops
no.
the ball out, picked up by the back, and the back is not hit by anybody, able to get away.
Yeah. Now
He's
Fortune
hit.
coming in. A little. I wonder why he wouldn't swim to the surface here. Why he would let the people grab him like that. There was all the space he had. He chose to, so to say, just to stay put and grab the ball really heavy.
Well,
I don't know.
they like to stay down. That's the Swedish style.
Now there is an excellent moment for Malmo. Is he able to grab the goalie? Not quite so. Now they're in the second wave. Where are his teammates? They should be going in.
They have created some difficulties for the defense.
Now again, a lonely rider, 5 against 1. Cleverly he swims away. Nice one. Now there is somebody.
And now they've got someone
below.
down at the bottom. Yeah, but to get the pass down is Falk. Can he get the ball out? Can he keep it? Somehow, Triton kept this ball. Passion up to the surface, he breathes.
Now they're gearing up. I could see that all Malmo players are within a few meters from the flipper end now, but still I claim they should dive more. There is one guy, I think he's the goalkeeper, but he's just on the surface too much time. This was the guy, 23, who was spending too much time on the surface, like 10 seconds or something like that.
Triton has somehow kept this attack going. They need to score on this kind of attack if they're going to open this game back up again.
Well done. Well done. Use the pool.
Now possession matters a lot. And in fact, there's an open basket.
For a very short moment there was.
That was holding.
Holding, yes. It's a free throw for flipper.
Blue, white, free, white ball. Holding.
So, it seems that Malmo, again a change in the white team.
Tell the number, please.
Change for flipper. Who is coming in? Who is going out? Number 17 is coming out. So Philip Lauritsen is coming out.
17, 39 in.
39 in. So that's gonna be Jörn Kristofsen. Jörn Kristofsen, a goalkeeper. He's coming in, and Philip Lauritsen, also a goalkeeper, coming out. Maybe Flipper wants to fortify their defense, I don't know. There was a big moment, a few minutes. Now it's a good contact to the goalkeeper by the Flipper player number 25. That is Didgrisen again, and now there is a call from the referee.
Attacking the head.
Attack on the head. That is.
White free ball.
We are in the Malmo end. Still 3.5 minutes, if I can see correctly in the clock. So Still there is time, but it seems now that Malmo should have used those minutes they had before. They could maintain the ball control a long time in Flipper's end, but couldn't deliver.
The can opener is missing.
Yes, that's what they need.
So, white team. White team back.
Oh, look at that fighting on the surface. That's really rough, really rough fighting. Again, contact on the head.
White.
Again for Flipper, a free throw
White.
close to the Malmo goal.
And time is ticking away.
Yeah.
Go. White team.
Interestingly, Malmo hasn't got any reserve players that they could throw in with fresh lungs and fresh energies. So they have the even 12 players here with them.
Oh, pushing again. At a goal. He has nowhere to pass the ball. Oh, they break free now.
That was well done, well done. A great pass to the bottom. Where's the teammate, but now he still has it. Able also to find the teammate.
Good.
And he stays, the guy who made the pass stays below. Now there is another time that the second wave coming in. Well read by the Danish number 4. Funk. Still able to pass the ball. Another one, nice pass.
The water quality is great for...
It is indeed. It is indeed. That has been so good. The video material throughout the day, it's been great.
This could be on broadcast television.
Yeah. And this could be a venue for an international tournament. Oh, that was a risky moment for Malmo.
And it's not over yet. Philip Munt.
The pass wasn't anything great. He just, I don't know why he did it. He should have just maintained the ball with himself and just swam.
People are tired now.
Yeah, people are tired. When you're low on oxygen, then you start to make... Look at that, and that's it.
Yeah.
White goal.
And it's a relief for team Flipper because it's a 25. Greve Didriksen.
5 assist.
Now he finally got the goal he wanted so badly.
Who scored?
Number 25 goal.
Didriksen.
Didriksen. He did one goal, but then I think they didn't approve it. Again, this is like a breakthrough goal he makes.
Yes.
The one that was cancelled, also a similar one.
He got it back.
But it was, I think, what Malmo did well. They took the risk. And I think it was a calculated risk, in a sense that...
White, 2 minutes.
Oh, 2 minute penalty.
Minutes, only 5 people. 7 persons and 3 players in the water. Time out, White.
So there were too many players in the water.
Too many players in the water.
1 minute left. Time out, White.
So Flipper has taken a timeout, and after the timeout they will put one Flipper player on the penalty box.
Yes, but it's all academic now. There's not enough time.
No, that's right. I think there is not just enough time for Team Malmo to come
back
to
now.
this game, back to this game, unless a miracle happens, which not very often happens in this game.
Blue team, white team. Blue team. Free ball, blue.
Free throw, blue. So let's see if Malmo now is gonna deliver and make a goal
In less than 1 minute.
less than 1 minute. Is it so
Yeah,
little
I
time?
think
Yeah,
so.
that's just less than 1 minute time in the clock. They have 6 players now.
Against
Power
5.
play for Malmo.
Holtz. And the ball's tied up. Schaefer's got it. He's a strong guy. They'll get it away.
Enormous arms. Really difficult to get the ball from a guy like that. Now there is actually 2 Malmo players waiting to be receive the ball.
No.
All of them are on flippers, and now only 15 seconds, something like that left. They're holding to it, still able to snap it away. One more free throw. Is it gonna be for which team? I think it comes a favor for. In many ways, it's in favor for the flipper because Malmo just had a moment.
White team, number 14, 2 minutes for holding.
14.
Blue, free ball.
Oh, okay.
Number 14.
14 to the penalty
That's
bench.
Rasmussen, the captain.
Rasmussen for holding.
Time out, blue.
Time out, blue. Okay.
Time out, blue.
So
So
the temper is not many seconds left, so I don't know what's the point for this timeout,
No.
but they want the score perhaps.
Carl Falk knows he's not going to be back in the water, so he just took off his mask. And
Is this like a coat of arms for Sweden?
Yeah.
The statue?
It looks like it.
Please separate. Separate. Because I'd like you to. And I'm
Why?
asking you very nicely.
Because I like you
Separate.
to. So
Separate.
Malmo players are complaining something, I don't know what.
It's good not to have a fight in the last 10 seconds.
Yeah,
What's the
it
point?
seems that some of the players had their tempers really heated now, so it was a clever move from the referee to separate the teams so that they cannot talk to each other, challenge. They are really serious. They are really seriously talking something. Malmo really wants to score. Now we are gonna see this free throw is gonna be closer to the flipper end. Let's see. There are, I don't know exactly how many seconds, but it's just few seconds left in the game, so I don't know why this. I think it was a pointless timeout, really, because they are losing it anyway.
Yeah.
Everybody is diving. All the 12 players are underwater.
But it's over.
That's it. It's over. It's over.
Game
That's it.
over.
Flipper has won and left Malmo Triton with, was it now 4-2, or what was the final score? I have lost the sense of.
I suggest it was it 5?
5-2 maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a clear win.
Yeah. I have a suggestion.
Mm.
I get something for you to. Christian Schaefer, you can ask him about his time going around. How did he end up going back home again?
Maybe, yeah. You're gonna see soon highlights of the game. I need a cup of coffee or something like that. You're gonna do it.
He had some good shots.
Yeah, yeah. Please keep watching these. The highlights of the game are coming, and then there will be an interview. And the next game is gonna start at 7:30, so it should start actually in a few minutes. We are gonna be a little late for that one. That's gonna be Krefeld